I remember when my kids were really little and they might be in the other room when I was in watching TV or in the kitchen doing something. If I would call to them, they would gladly run toward me because they knew that in my presence there was safety, security, and oftentimes candy or some type of cookie. But there were other times in which if they were with me and I were to ask them to go somewhere without me, they would hesitate. If I were to say, hey, go to my room and get my phone or go upstairs and pick up this piece of clothing, they didn't want to go. And sometimes the reason they didn't want to go is because I was asking them to go to places that for them were kind of dark. They were alone. If we're not very careful, we can take this kind of human experience and begin to apply it to God. You see, God is very often calling us to places. He's telling us to go in obedience, to go and do this, to obey here, to leave our sense of comfort and go to this uncharted place. And if we're not very careful, we can begin to wrongly write the story that what God is doing is He's asking me to leave His presence, leave where I'm comfortable, leave where I'm successful, and go to this unknown place. And I don't know if I'm going to be okay. But notice this. There's a pattern in Scripture that God never calls you to go someplace He's not already there. Whenever God calls us to go, it's always almost an invitation, not just to leave where we are, but to also come to where He is. Listen to Acts chapter 8. So Philip, the evangelist, is experiencing great success where he's living and he's preaching the gospel. Then verse 26 now says this: Now an angel of the Lord said to Philip, go south to the road, the desert road that goes down from Jerusalem to Gaza. So God is now, through the angel, calling Philip to go to a place that's foreign to him, that's unknown to him. All these things that he's going to have no idea what it's going to be like. And the angel says, that's where you want to go. But notice this, verse number 27. So he started out, and on his way he met an Ethiopian eunuch, an important official in charge of the treasury. And this man had gone to Jerusalem to worship. And on his way home, he was sitting in the chariot reading the book of Isaiah. So Philip was called to go to a place, and it's easy to assume, well, I'm going to start a work there of God. But you and I actually never have to start a work of God. God always starts His own work. All we have to do is join Him. So unbeknownst to Philip, when the angel said, hey, go to this foreign place that you do not know what's going on, the invitation was actually, hey, go to this place where God is already at work, and you're going to find Him there. You see, it's an amazing thing about God. God is always inviting us to Himself. And there are times in which where He is going to work is not where we are right now, but He wants us to come alongside with Him. So you and I never have to be afraid. You and I never have to be concerned or to wonder. I look back at my own life whenever I was experiencing, are we supposed to go to California or not? It's a scary place, and pastoring some of you people, well, it would be frightening and scary. But here was the truth. God was already at work here. And all He was saying was, hey, Kevin, come join me. And so at this very moment, in all likelihood, God is calling you to some place of obedience, some place of trust, that maybe some physical place, some emotional place, some mental place. He's calling you somewhere that feels foreign to you. But you can follow Him today because He's already there. And along the way, He will make Himself known to you. So at this moment, you can trust Him because God is at work in places that one day you're going to be. And so you'll find Him whenever you join Him there.